Hello, my name is Saarang, Kashyap, and welcome to Respiratory Rampage. This game is targeted at high school students all the way from freshmen to seniors and helps them prepare for biology, AP biology, and stat biology. It teaches about the respiratory system, parts and functions, as well as its diseases. This is the game start page. The user can then navigate to different modes of the game by either selecting the Learn or the Play option, then choosing one of the two buttons in the left corner, which are meant to represent topics. The game is simple to play, but if you feel that you need more help, click on the instructions to learn more. Learn mode for both the topics, interactively click on the buttons or menus and see detailed descriptions including images. In the play mode for the respiratory parts and functions topic, you will click on the buttons present at the bottom of your screen and collide them with images using the arrow keys. In the play mode for respiratory diseases, you will type answers into a text box to make images and questions moving down disappear. This is the Learn mode for the topic of respiratory parts and functions. A button, when clicked, gives an appropriate description in a text area, and the user can click another button called Diagram to show an image. This is the game mode for the topic respiratory parts and functions. While images of the respiratory parts are moving downwards from the top of the screen, the user has to click on buttons and move them with the arrow keys to intersect with the right image. If the correct image is collided with, the image disappears along with the button, and the score is updated. In this mode, my peers from Evaluation B recommended that I make my score counter bigger and told me that my score counter was originally counting every time I moved the button. I was able to fix my counter quickly and enhance its mode in the sense that all the items and the components from the other mode are still there, except the buttons and images move faster. The evaluation that is given to the user at the end of the advanced mode for each topic, which is based on their point tally. This tells the user their mastery of a certain topic in terms of 5 stat points that give users encouraging messages and a sense of. This is the Learn mode or tutorial for the topic of respiratory diseases. These cards are moving, allowing the user to grasp information and remember it, checking their knowledge the next time the same card comes around. You can choose different objects by using the combo box above. This is a basic game mode for the respiratory disease topic. As you can see, the questions are raining downwards and you need to type in the correct answer in the response box below to make them vanish. Your score is automatically incremented if you get the question right. But if you are unable to respond correctly, your score is decreased. My classmates in 9th grade suggested that I add boxes around my questions, so it gave them a more appealing look. This visually enhanced my game and this is the advanced mode for respiratory diseases topic. This is basically the same as the previous game mode, except images are now incorporated. In the basic game mode for my respiratory parts and functions panel, I use the try-catch to read in 8 images that I needed for one of my panels. These images use File.io, and the stack is printed out if the image cannot be found or if it cannot be read. This code checks if the last text area in my panel has been correctly answered using if blocks by the user or has gone outside the width vertical point of my panel. In both scenarios, this will lead to the call of another method by sending a boolean called table text to true. This code also manages the text areas that travel downwards in my game by checking their x coordinates. Here, I use an array, a for loop, and if blocks to create my achievement page, which is displayed at the end of the advanced mode for my topics. My if blocks check the score, and my for loop prints out colored squares or checkboxes, the color being determined by the elements of the array. Here, I update the x coordinates in action performed for 4 cards in the Learn mode of my respiratory diseases topic. When the x coordinate of each respective card hits the left of my panel, the x coordinate is reset to -60. This is the code to update the button movement on the screen based on the commands the user types in with the keys. This obviously loses key listener, and when the arrow keys are pressed, I change the value of the x and y coordinates of the button, which subsequently moves the button in an instant on the player's screen. This code uses the string methods equals and equals ignore case to determine if the correct answer has been entered into the text field. A boolean for each correct answer is set to true, and the image's visibility is to keep track of my image's x coordinates, y coordinates, and the image itself. This allowed me to update the image coordinates and the images, knowing that these values were also part of the array. This array further allowed me to manipulate and check when my image's coordinates had gone off screen. Thank you for watching my game. I hope